Hello. Are you afraid to talk to native speakers in English? Afraid of making a mistake? Afraid of not knowing what to say? If so, here are several questions so that you can ask someone or understand if they ask you, along with some filler phrases that you can use to talk about yourself. So we're going to look at who you are, where you're from, and why and what you're doing here. Question number 1, who are you? Who are you? You can repeat with me. Who are you? What's your name? What's your name? So both of these questions are basically asking the same thing. Who you are and what's your name? Because generally, when someone asks, who are you? Then you tell them your name, right? So if they ask, what's your name? You would tell them your name as well. So you could say, I am David, or my name is Dave. And in your case, you would say your name, right? So you would say, I am Joe. I am Mary. I am Susan. My name is, and you complete the rest. My name is João. My name is Louise. My name is Marcella, whatever your name is, okay? So, questions about where people are from, where they were born, where they live, and where they grow up. So we have, where are you from? Where are you from? Where are you from? So generally you would answer by telling them the name of the country, the state, or the city that you come from. Where are you from? So you could say, I am from Brazil. I am from China. I am from America. Or you could use the state. I am from Florida. I am from Maranhão. I am from Rio. Or you could use the city. I am from Orlando. I am from Imperatriz. I am from Rio de Janeiro. I am from New York City, etc. So you can use the I am from with the name of a country, state, or city. Or you could just use I am Brazilian and state your nationality, your origins. I am American. I am Chinese. Good. So if someone asks specifically where you're from, but they want to know the place you were born, the specific location where you were born when you first came into this world, this is how you would ask them, or how they would ask you, where were you born? So they might know that you're from somewhere, but they don't know if you were born there, if you grew up there, or if you live there now. So if they want to know, or you want to know, you would ask, where were you born? And you would answer, or they would answer, I was born in, again, country, state, or city. I was born in America. I was born in Brazil. I was born in Florida. I was born in Orlando. I was born in, and you answer. Good. So, if they want to know where you live now, today, maybe you were born in Orlando, but now you live in Imperatriz in Brazil, right? So where do you live? Where do you live now? Where do you live currently? Where do you currently live? And then you could answer, I live in, again, country, state, city. I live in Brazil. I live in Florida. I live in Chicago, Illinois. So you answer, I live in, and where you currently live right now. Interestingly enough, if someone asks, where do you live, you don't want to say, oh, I live in a house, okay? That's not what they're asking. If you live in a house, an apartment, or a condominium, a building complex, they're not asking the kind of building you live in, which is what some students think. It's asking about the place, okay? So country, city, country, state, or city. You could say, in this case, instead of using in, say near. So you say, I live in New York City, and they're like, oh, where do you live in New York City? Then you could say, oh, I live near Central Park. I live near Grand Central Station. And then you could use another preposition instead of in. Good. Continuing on, where did you grow up? Where were you raised? Raised means like maybe you were born in Orlando, but you grew up in another place. Your parents raised you in another place. Grow up is a phrasal verb. We have the verb grow with the phrasal verb up. And since we have the auxiliary verb did, okay, we don't translate the verb, the auxiliary verb. It simply modifies the verb grow. So we know that we're talking in the past. So when you answer, you're not going to answer with did. You're going to answer using the past tense. I grew up in Brazil. I grew up in Maranhão. I grew up in Imperatriz. So you can use, once again, country, state, or city. I grew up in China. I grew up in Russia. So maybe you were born in one city, you grew up in another city, and now you lived in a completely different place. So these are different ways that you can ask where you're from, where you're born, where you grew up, and where you live now. So if you're talking with somebody, they introduce themselves, you introduce yourself, and you're talking about where you're at now, they might ask, when did you arrive? Oh, so when did you come to New York? When did you arrive here in Imperatriz? When did you arrive in Brazil? So, remember, we use the auxiliary verb did. So we're using the verb arrive. But here we use the past tense arrived. We don't use the did, okay? So I arrived yesterday. I arrived last night. I arrived here in New York 3 weeks ago. I arrived here in Brazil 5 months ago, okay? So this is when you came to the location. They might ask, why did you come? What are you doing here? So then you could tell them what your goals are. I came to study. I came to work. I came to visit my family. Or you could use because. I came because my friend lives here and invited me to spend a month on vacation. So you could either use I came to with what you came to do, or I came because, and tell them why you came. Why being the question form, because being the answer form. Got it? All right, so let's practice. When did you arrive? When did you arrive? When did you arrive? Why did you come? Why did you come? Why did you come? And last but not least, how long will you stay? How long will you stay? How much time will you spend here? How long are you going to be in this location? How long will you stay? And the answer, you say, I will be here for 3 days. I'll be here for 3 more days. I'll be here for another month, or however long you're going to stay, okay? So here you go, questions about who you are, to introduce yourself, to ask questions of other people, to understand when they ask you questions, using who, what, where, when, why, and how long. All right. I hope you enjoyed these lessons. I've been talking a lot about introductions in our last few videos because I'm creating a new series of lessons for my beginner students, so I thought this would be interesting to talk about. If you already understand all of this may be basic, it may just be a review for you. So if you are starting to learn English, maybe there's some new things here. If you have questions, feel free to leave a comment, some feedback. Let us know what you think of these classes. If you want us to teach about something specific, you have another suggestion for a phrase, feel free to add that below as well. So, as usual, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow us so you're updated when there's new videos. Share it with your friends, other people who want to learn English, and leave a comment letting us know what you think or what you'd like to see in upcoming videos. All right, so big thank you to everyone who has been commenting recently. It's been nice chatting with you. Josangela has been leaving a lot of comments on my videos, so it's always fun to know who's watching the videos on the other side and interacting with you all. So, y'all have a great day. We'll talk to you later, and bye-bye.